What's going on, guys? It's Jake. We're back in for another YouTube video, and this is a very unfortunate video that I did not expect to have to make, nor did I want to make. But as you guys know, the last 12 weeks I've been in a very serious prep for Ironman 70.3 Indian Wells on December 3rd of this year, and unfortunately I've decided to pull out of the race. So that's just really where it starts. We have a lot of stuff to unpack that I kind of want to fill you guys in on in the video, but real quick, just wanted to give a shout out to everybody. If you could drop a like, hit that subscribe button, really helps out the channel. It's been doing really well lately, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I would say the main reason I'm pulling out is because last Sunday, November 19th, I was headed to Philly for Jimmy to do his marathon, and my friend and I went out for a 40-minute run, and I had an hour-and-a-half run to do that day, but I was going to split half of it in the morning, half of it in the evening. And I noticed on that run, for whatever reason, the back of my heel was very aggravated and like sharp pain in the back of my heel. So I got through that run and the pain was almost unbearable by the end, and then there wasn't a time the rest of the day Sunday where the pain was gone. It was just like it appeared and then it was there. And so come home, get in the hot tub. I'm still thinking about the other run that I had to do on Sunday, and talked to coach and just decided call the run, see how it feels later today, and see how it feels on Monday. And so I did, and it just pretty much didn't get any better at all that Sunday. The whole rest of the day still kind of like limping around, can't get away from the pain. It didn't really hurt while I was just sitting around, luckily. Anytime I would walk at all, I would almost have to limp. And then it seemed like Monday it actually got worse, and also Tuesday it was worse than Sunday. So I was kind of in a bad spot because I was trying to still kind of train around things, but I knew it probably wasn't the right decision. So we switched up the week a little bit to put a couple swims earlier in that week. That was supposed to be the beginning of the taper anyway, so we were thinking maybe this thing will kind of just blow over, and then by the end of the week I'll be able to run, be able to bike, be able to swim again, all at full tilt. But unfortunately midweek I was very down in the dumps, and I could not help but think that if it was something to do with my Achilles, it just wasn't worth risking it. And that's how this video has come about. I had to make a decision by later that week to get some money back from my housing. So on Friday morning I woke up. That was the day where it was either a yes or a no, and I decided I've reached a very good place with my fitness throughout this build. I'm definitely the most fit I've ever been. I would rather make the right decision at this point, and that unfortunately was to just pull out of the race and let this thing, whatever it is, blow over. So that way I'm good to go for 2024. Achilles injuries really are nothing to mess with, and if you do happen to rupture your Achilles tendon, at best you're looking at 12 weeks, and a lot of athletes never even return to sport at the level that they previously were at. So I just decided it's really not worth it. Another reason that's kind of been in the back of my head the whole time as to why this race might not be the best idea was because of just fatigue levels and mental burnout. So that's a very common thing when you go through this big of a block, and I was really hoping that the taper really allowed my body to come down and allowed me to get into the right headspace to be ready to race. Unfortunately, we'll never know if that would have ever been the case. So now you might be wondering, what's next? What's going on this winter? What are plans for 2024? And just a little brief kind of update on how the Achilles is doing. It's currently the next Tuesday, so it's about 8 or 9 days after the injury, and I'm not limping anymore, but at the same time it doesn't feel stable, it doesn't feel comfortable, and I'm definitely not ready to ride the bike or run. But currently I'm in full off season, so I've been training very little to none at all, just to try to let all these little aches and pains in different places kind of dissipate, and I think that's all my body really needs. I do think that I have a couple muscular imbalances that could have led to the Achilles and the calf always being tight. As you guys know in previous videos and throughout this whole entire build, I've been struggling with a calf strain, and historically my calves just get extremely sore with not much stimulus. So that's quite unfortunate, but at least I'm taking the steps to get to the bottom of that stuff while I have the time here during the off season and strengthen and rebuild my body from the trunk down through my legs. One of my theories is that my right glute and just my glutes in general were just not firing properly, and that allowed my knees to misalign on the bike and also on the run, and that also allowed my hip flexors and quads to just remain extremely tight at all times. and then that downstream caused all the issues with the calf and the Achilles and potentially even the knee. A lot of things stem from upstream, so if you have problems downstream, it's always a good idea to look above it and see if there's any muscular imbalances that could be causing some type of movement pattern dysfunction before you just try to work on that specific area. So that's what I'm doing now. It's the off season, like I said. I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of some strength training work, but I do plan on starting training again sometime in late December. So unfortunately, there won't be a video for a couple weeks. I'm kind of taking my head away from triathlon, away from all social medias, because comparison is the thief of joy. So I don't really want to get looped up in any of that stuff right now. So this will probably be my last video for about 2 weeks, but we will have a lot of cool content coming later in December and also into January, February, March, all throughout the whole new year. So like I said in the beginning, I hate to even have to make this video, but I won't be in Indian Wells. I was really looking forward to it. It sucks because I was going to meet a couple of you guys and get out for a shakeout ride and stuff, but it'll have to be another day. I'll have to take a rain check. If you guys like the videos, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and we'll be back for another one soon. But for now, I gotta hop off for a little while. Appreciate the support. Peace.